let's take a look. Since I was away for a long time, the developers have answered some questions on the Discord, and we haven't seen them because we haven't been in here, you know, and I haven't answered this. By the way, talking about the news and the answers they gave, they announced, and I know that I am late to the party with this, and probably the majority of you know this already, but they announced the next downgrades in cities. From Series 5 to 4 and from 4 to 3. They didn't announce a date yet. We have to be careful with that. They didn't announce a date yet, but we would assume that this will go live on the 28th, the last of the month, or when the season resets. That would be my assumption. What cards are downgrading? Well, we have from Series 4 to 3 the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We have Agent Coulson, Maria Hill, and the Helicarrier. I have the Helicarrier, but I don't have Coulson or Maria Hill, so probably I will get them that day when they downgrade. I am fine getting those cards. We don't have a problem with that. The other thing that will happen is that from Series 5 to 4, we will get Sentry, Darkhawk, and Null, which is kinda logical that those are the cards that are going to get downgraded, because those are the cards that launched the next month after the ones that were downgraded this last month, that were Shuri, Valkyrie, and all that stuff, you know. Something to have in mind here is that they didn't downgrade all the remaining Series 4 cards, so that means they are going to slot an extra month in there with the remaining Series 4 cards. What means that cards won't be downgraded back to back, which prolongs the time that takes for a card to go all the way from 5 to 3 in the series. So it will take longer than we had anticipated at the beginning. We had it like 4 to 5 months, and it will now probably take 5 to 6 months. I don't know, I don't really have the math, but it will probably take around 5 months to go all the way from Series 5 to Series 3. So that is something to take into consideration about this. And I am cool with the cards getting upgraded. Of course, I would like to get a Null. I would like to get a Darkhawk, because I didn't get them for 6k tokens. So those are cool cards that I am looking forward to. Will I pay the 3k tokens for them? I don't know still. If there is a cool deck that I want to try with them and I have the tokens available, I will do it. The stuff is that I am saving the 6k tokens right now for Kang the Conqueror. Of course, I will buy him before that these cards get downgraded, probably. But if the next month cards there is something good in there that I want to buy, maybe I will save 6k tokens again. For example, some people say that next month we will get the Master Mold or the Teenage Negasonic Warhead, something like that. I don't remember the exact name. And those two cards seem pretty cool, so I will be inclined to spend 6k tokens on one of those two. We can get both, which is stupid, the system. We have already talked a lot about this, but I would like to have one of those two, and I don't know if I will have extra tokens to get one of Series 4. But since we have one Series 4 in every 40 boxes, maybe I get a Null or Darkhawk in a box, you know? Why not? Maybe I can get one of them. M'Baku is still remaining in Series 4. Oh yes, M'Baku will be one of the last cards getting downgraded from Series 4 to 3, which is insane for some people, right? Guess he's too powerful to get downgraded than Silver Surfer. Oh, Silver Surfer is also getting down from 5 to 4, which is kinda more accessible for people that didn't bought the season pass for Silver Surfer. You will be able to get Silver Surfer for 3k tokens, which I believe is reasonable if you want to build a Silver Surfer deck. I believe Silver Surfer is still good, but he is not as good as he was before. But the Miracle Surfer deck is still pretty viable. Yo, Mike Bilio, brother, how are you doing, brother? We are back at it again. We are back, brother, and we are going to go hard, my dude. I promise, my brother. M'Baku will downgrade with the Wakandans next month, so he will get downgraded with Atuma and Orca, probably. and then we will have from 5 to 4 we will probably have this last month's stuff that was the Shadow King, the Shanna, and the Dazzler, right? And there was another one, I believe, and I don't remember what was the other. I don't remember. If there was another one, I don't remember. So yes, let's go into the questions. Soren was the other one. Thank you, Soren. Soren was the other one, brother. Thank you. Some dude asking here, I am trying to battle my friends and I can't since I'm some unknown region, AP Northeast. Is there a way to select different regions? Friendly Battle has cross-region matchmaking. If you are seeing an error, please report it in-game support. Yes, we have a cross-region in the Friendly Battle. I have played with my viewers in different parts of the world. But since the matchmaking doesn't have the normal ladder, you know, doesn't have a cross-region matchmaking, I would be curious to know what are the regions. Have they said before? Oh, brother, we are still on ready. Sorry for that, my dude. I'm an idiot, brother. Sorry for that. And by the way, thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know, my brother. Since the matchmaking is cross-region, I would like to know what are the regions, you know. We don't know that as far as I know. Have they announced or have they said before what are the regions? Like, for example, North America, Latin America, Europe West, Europe East, Asia, Southeast Asia, or Oceania. I don't know if they have said this, you know. And I would like to know what countries are inside my region, you know. The song is a bit loud. We are going to get it lower, of course. Sorry for that, my dude, and thank you. Thank you for letting me know, my brother. Is that better? Thank you, brother. All good, nice. So yes, but yes, friendly battles are completely global, so there is no problem in there. And I would like to know the matchmaking. And of course, maybe that doesn't matter because they said they are going to introduce cross-region for matchmaking too. And at that point, regions won't matter anymore. Someone asks in here, can I see in-game which card is in which series? Maybe I am just blind, but if I choose a card to read their details, there is no information about the series this card is. And yes, that is true. There is no way to know in what series a card is. The only part of the game, the only place where you can see where a card is in their series is in the token shop. If the card appears in your token shop, it says on the top series 4 or series 5, series 3. That is the only way. But if you go to your collection and you want to know what series a card is, there is no way of knowing, which I believe it is pretty stupid in a game where series are important. You need to know where what card a series is, and they see you can see this info in game just yet, but we like to implement it. So you like to implement it. I would prefer we will implement it at some point. Yes, it can take a long time because this isn't game breaking, let's be honest, but it is a cool feature to have. I would like to have this information in game and not have to go to a website to know what cards are in what series, you know. Also, let me sort my collection by series. Now that we are at this, let me sort my collection by series. Show me only series 3 cards. So show me only series 2. Show me only series 5. Ascending, descending, you know. This is something that will be cool too. A lot of people will like this because maybe you go into a tournament and they say the rules for this tournament is that you build only from pool 1 and pool 2. So of course, a lot of people know at this point by memory what is in pool 1 and pool 2. But it shouldn't be that way. The game should say to you what is in each series, brother. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, dude. And if you want to build a deck with your series 2 cards to climb the ladder and to prove that you can climb with them, that should be also an option, so you sort your collection, brother. I tend to forget which cards are series 3 or 2 since I got it a long time ago, so this will be useful for me. Exactly. Exactly, brother. Do you think past cardbacks will be re-released as a shop? Cardbacks from Ranked and Season Passes global release are limited to the season they were released. Beta content will make a return in the future. We have known this for a long time. The FOMO has an impact if it is a real FOMO. If you re-release stuff in the future, then there is no FOMO because you can get it later. So they won't ever do that. The beta content, they have said that they will re-release it because not everybody was around in that time, so it is fair that you can get access to that. And I am grateful for that because I didn't get a chance to get the Hydra card back, and I really want the Hydra card back. So I am waiting for when that gets back to the game so I am able to get the Hydra card back, brother. Is competitive mode of a Snap region locked, or is it now global matchmaking since battle mode drop? Still region locked for now. We are working on it and we'll let everyone know when it changes. This is cool to know. We have known this for a while and we are expecting this because this will help out matchmaking. For example, some people say that if you play at night, it is better because you get more votes, so there is less people on the ladder or whatever. The global matchmaking can solve this problem because there is always people up in another part of the world. And maybe you get a larger pool of players post-infinite, so you don't have to play with players that aren't infinite yet and stuff like that. This could help out the matchmaking a lot. So we are waiting for the global matchmaking, brother. Have seen players hit 500 season pass caches through season pass farming and auto-click softwares. Brother, if you get to 500 season pass, you are insane. But of course, if you do it through bots, it is not that insane. What is the highest I have gotten? Like 80, 90, 100 maybe. And that is like playing a lot. Is this, just wanted to ask the team regarding this. Is this activity allowed? I'm assuming no, but I'm not sure what are the consequences and whether the consequences being implemented. If it's not allowed, are there upcoming plans to fix this? Because game economy wise, this is devaluating the 700 gold variants, which cost $10 in real life, if they can be farmed from caches. It is not really devaluating, it's just that these people farm them, brother. If you wanna do it, farm them. It is not really devaluating. I am not condoning the activity, by the way. I am just saying that this is not devaluating because this is not an auction house where you buy and sell the variants, you know. So once you get the variant, you get it. It is bad only for second dinner because the person that does this potentially will buy less variants because they are getting them for the season caches, you know. Yo, Bailey, how you doing, my sister? How you doing? We are back. I am sorry for my absence, but we are back, Bailey. We are back. So they say we are planning to implement a season XP cap to control farming that will be similar to the booster cap, which has the same purpose. So they have some downvotes in here, but if they do this right, this might work because maybe this will be a cap that for a normal person playing the game normally, you won't ever hit the cap, but if you are a dude using bots to farm season caches, you will hit the cap. So if you're playing the game normally, you don't give a fuck. So it only harms the people exploiting the system. So I would be okay with this cap if they implement it that way. But if the cap hurts the players that are playing normally, that will be stupid, right? That will be stupid for sure. They say, I got the Sarah and Angela variants out of the bundle. Since that day, they got namely changed to primary being hero variants in the game itself. I saw that there are 6 more anime variants like Captain Marvel. Is it still possible to get this? And are there any on-concrete plans to expand the anime variant group and to rename the original ones back to the attack? They say we will do more anime variants. The Sarah and Angela variants are from the hero music video for Marvel Snap and were named to match that. So this is okay. A lot of people like, I like anime. I don't know if I like the anime variants just yet in the game. The ones I have seen, which are the Sarah and Angela, are okay, I guess. I am not crazy about them. They are cool looking variants. They don't suck. but I am not crazy about them either. But I sometimes like anime, so maybe there can be some better variants with those. But I completely hate the chibi variants that they have some kind of anime style, and I hate those, so I don't know. Did Kingpin ever have the effect change this location to Fist Tower? No, but he used to destroy cards anytime something moved to where he is instead of on a specific turn. I would love this to be the way Kingpin worked, brother. I said it in my Kingpin video, I believe, that I wish that the Kingpin effect was the Fist Tower. Not necessarily changing the location, but something like ongoing. Every time something moves in here, destroy it, you know. The same as the Fist Tower, but an ongoing ability for the Kingpin. I would love that to be the case, but apparently that was too strong, and they tried to change it, you know. I don't know if that will be too strong, probably, but you guys know that a lot of times you find the Fist Tower on a game and it doesn't impact the game that much. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. But maybe that will make Kingpin too powerful, because you play Kingpin, and then you play Polaris, you play Juggernaut, you play Aero, and then the game is just that you play Magneto, and then every turn of the game you are destroying something, and that will be maybe too powerful. But I would love something like that for Kingpin, because I like the card a lot. I like it even how it is. Imagine if it get buffed, I would like it even more, brother. Fuck chibi variants and pixel garbage. Agree, brother. Agree, my dude. And I have said before, I like pixel art. The thing is that the pixel art in the pixel variants sucks, brother. That is the problem. It is not that pixel art sucks. It is that the pixel variants specifically sucks. And not because they are pixel. It is because they are poorly done and they suck. That is the truth, at least in my opinion. You could do pixel variants with cool pixel art and everybody would love them, brother. I guarantee it, for sure. How many times did I say pixel variants? Is there an EDA on when Infinite players will receive their gold card back? And they said soon, but this was on the 9th and we already received it. I received my Infinite card back for the last season. That was the Savage Land, and they gave us the Golden Claw, brother. It was the same one as the season pass, but the claw is golden, and it is a pretty cool card back for sure. I was curious why some artists like Argent are 1200 gold, super rare, when others like Dan Heap are just rare. What is your process behind choosing which variants are rare versus super rare? Also, is there any chance to add super rare mystery variant unlocks in the future? That will make them more attainable for free-to-play players. 1200 gold takes about a month to save. So, before reading the answer, I will say what I think about this. Archer variants are super rare because they are fucking awesome, brother. They are realistic. He does the gears insanely hot, and brother, they have to create the exclusivity around the Archer variants. That is the truth. And yes, I love Dan Heap. You guys know that I love the Dan Heap variants. Those are my favorite variants. But and I am grateful that his variants are in 1200 gold, and that I can get his variants normally, you know. So I am really grateful for that. But I understand why someone would separate the Argent variants for the Dan Heap ones. You kind of understand. Some are cartoonish one, the other ones are like kind of realistic. You understand it, brother. But again, I am grateful that I can get Dan Heap variants normally, and that they are cheaper, because those are the ones that I like the most, brother. So that is cool. And I like the Argent variants a lot too, but I don't know if I will ever have an Argent variant, because I have never ever bought directly a variant in this game. Not a 700 one, so imagine paying 1200 gold for a variant. I don't know if I will ever do that, you know. Maybe, probably someday, but I haven't done that yet. And since you can't get the 1200 variants from a cache or from a reserve, I don't know when I will get one of those, you know. But they say we have no plans to add super rare to mystery variants at this time. So basically what we know, just fuck you, we won't do this at this time, not ever, because we want to keep this separated. Maybe they have some plans to release a mythic rarity for variants. So maybe when the mythic rarity is released, they get the super rare into their reserves, but probably not. Probably not, brother. I think I've seen some Archer and Dark Hip variants being a mix of 1200 golds and 700 golds, so I do wonder why some are super rare. Oh, brother, if there are some Dark Hip being 1200 gold, I will be pissed. I will be pissed if there are some Dark Hips that I can get on reserves and I have to buy them directly, brother. So, one thing I found interesting in the latest patch notes for Wolverine's buff is you mentioned it was a shame he wasn't seen play since he's an iconic character. I know where this is going. My boy Cyclops. This made me think, does the popularity of the character in the Marvel Universe play a role in your discussions on which cards need attention? All things being equal, will a more popular character be more likely to get buffed than a less popular character with a similar play rate? And they say a core part of the game is getting to play with the characters you love. We do not make decisions typically of popularity, but we do discuss it in certain cases. I agree with this. I like that they sometimes talk about this, because you can have a Wolverine not be played or a Spider-Man not be played. You know, it is stupid. But then you have Cyclops with no ability, and nobody gives a fuck about Cyclops, brother. You did, my boy Cyclops did it. You need to fix this second dinner, fix Cyclops, brother. Give that same bullshit to another non-named card that nobody cares about, brother. Null variants are fire, brother. The null variant for Dan Hip is insane, brother. And he has the sword, and the sword is like made of biologic matter. It is like organic, and it is awesome, brother. I love that null variant for Dan Hip. I don't know if it is in the game. I saw it in a website. Why the rounded down rank reset? We are going to run some experiments to improve the ranking system in the future. So yes, the blank answer, you know, yes, we know that this is a problem. We are going to think what we can do, but there is nothing yet on here, brother. And it is really easy, Secondina. You have two options. You demote me based on my highest rank, or you demote me 30 ranks flat, no rounding down. Easy. How hard can this be, brother? You can't tell me that there is some kind of philosophy that you have to think about in here. Do we want players to get downgraded this way? Oh, this break the matchmaking and the ranked system? No, it can't. The matchmaking system is already broken by design, by all the stuff that we have already talked, that you can get downgraded for 100, that you get me match taking into consideration collection level and MMR and less rank. There is a lot of stuff wrong in the matchmaking. Demoting me the right way won't affect anything. In fact, it will make it more fun, because right now you have people that if you are at 70, 80 or 90 at the end of the month, like 2 days before the season reset, and you are at 90, you say, well, I am not going to play the game, because if I demote to 89, then they will take me 9 more ranks down at the end of at the reset. So you are incentivizing your players to not play your game. How stupid is that, brother? You want people to play your game, and this design is making people not want to play the game. So if you demote them based on the highest rank, this will not happen. And if you demote them based only the 30 ranks with no downgrading, maybe some people will say, well, I will save my rank, but some people will say, I don't give a fuck. What is the worst that can happen? I lose 1 or 2 more ranks. I can deal with that. But 9 whole ranks is insane, my brother. Secondiner is trying to game the system, and of course make it as frustrating for the players as possible. It's as if Secondiner hates the player base. I don't think they do, but sometimes it feels that way. I'll be honest, brother, I don't know if they are if they have a small team or what is happening, but I honestly think that they take too long to do stuff. They take too long to whatever, brother. If they are going to nerf, they take 1 month thinking what the nerf will be, and then 1 extra month of development time to implement the nerf. If they are going to do something about tokens, they take 3 months thinking about the data and the players and the philosophy, and then 3 extra months implementing that in the game. Everything takes a long fucking time, brother. I don't know what is happening in there. If the thing is too small, if there is a problem of philosophy, if there is a problem of higher ups that invest money in the game, and there is bureaucracy and you have to pitch stuff to them to get into the game. I don't know exactly what is happening, but I know that the stuff takes too long, and it sometimes is really frustrating. And if this keeps this way, there can come a scenario someday in the future where something in the game just sucks, it is broken, and they take too long to fix it, and you lose a bunch of players in that time. And they still wonder why not a lot of players reach infinite. Bro, that is another topic we'll have talked about a lot. You get downgraded a lot, the matchmaking sucks, you get a little rewards for all your grinding. There is a lot of grind, it can turn boring towards the end, so that is the stuff. I couldn't see if Hela was discarded because of fast forward. Strategically, there seems to have a problem. We are going to do a pass at when fast forward is triggered, especially for discarded soil situation. This hasn't happened to me yet. I can see why this could be a problem. Knowing what the opponent discarded is information for you. So if there is like Modoc triggering several times and you don't see what they discarded, it can be harming for you, but at the same time not game breaking, right? Maybe you could pay attention. But yes, I can see how that can be a problem. My questions are, why are they there at a high level? I can understand for beginners. Can you at least remove them from 70 plus? Do you intend to remove them when you put a leaderboard? I don't know what this dude is talking about in here, but maybe the answer gives us more context. We are working on some experiments to improve the matchmaking system. However, the bots, they are talking about bots. However, bots are necessary to inject cubes into the system and will continue to be part of the game. We are going to implement ways to control the tricks you mentioned. And yes, of course, we know that the bots are necessary so the game isn't zero sum, because if you don't inject extra cubes into the system via bots, what will happen is that there is only a fixed amount of cubes that are rotated by the players. You know, some players get the cubes, a player loses the cubes, another player gets them. So what will happen is that you will always have a fixed amount of infinite players, and less people will get to infinite because you are in the zero sum game. Of course, another way that you inject cubes into the system is where you are at infinite. You can get demoted and you just donate cubes. You are injecting cubes into the system effectively. But how many people do this? Not a lot of people, probably. So they need to have bots to make it so that a lot more people can rank up. And for it not to be a zero-sum game. But yes, I agree with that, but I also agree that you need to make a better matchmaking, make it that you only get bots at the specific circumstances, make it that when you are a player that is like a 200 infinite, 300 infinite, right now you only match bots in that case, brother. Look at the stream of a player that is 200, 300, 400 on the infinite ranked ladder, and they face 9 out of 10 games are against bots, brother, and it is insane, my dude. So yes, they have to do something about that, but I agree that it is cool that bots exist for some scenarios, you know. Have you ever thought about working with comics retailers? In what way, brother? Working with comics retailers in what ways? You have to put more effort into your question, my dude. Who knows what the future holds, but we would love to see tournaments put on by retailers using friendly battles. Feel free to arrange your own tournaments and share your experience. Of course, that would be cool, brother. Where I live, there isn't a place like that, but I would love for it that in my town there is a comic shop where I could go and there is people playing Marvelous Snap in there, and we organize a tournament, a mini tournament, friendly battles, whatever. That will be cool, brother. That will be awesome as fuck. I don't have that, but if you do have it in your city, brother, that is great, brother. That is fucking great, dude. Next series drop when? We will announce it soon. And yes, they announced the series drop as we talked about earlier, what cards are going to get demoted from 5 to 4 and from 4 to 3, but they didn't announce the date. Again, we think that the date will be or the last of the month or when the season resets, probably, but we don't know for sure because they didn't announce that. Yes, brother, yet. If I pin a card like Titania, and let's say that all Series 4 cards have appeared in my shop in this rotation, and the next Series 4 card should be Shuri, if I buy Titania after, let's say, 10 days, will Shuri be the next Series 4 card that will appear in my shop, or the rotation just restarts randomly? Restarts randomly, but Shuri could be first one it shows. So yes, it restarts randomly, but in that randomness, Shuri could be the one that gets selected randomly, you know. I have no in my token shop right now, and it is the 8th consecutive pull 5 card. I'm sure of 30 pull 3 cards, and always pull 5 cards are showing in my token shop. Is this a bug? Not a bug, just lucky, unlucky random selection. We have improvements for this coming in after today. It is obviously random when you study the law of big numbers, you know that stuff like this can happen at random. That is why Spotify doesn't have true randomness, brother. Because with true randomness, you could have a row of songs too similar from the same artist, or even repeat songs, and you will say this is not random, but it is random. But that is what happens in the law of big numbers. So they introduce something to make it that it is not true random, but to force the system to make us think that it's random. This is what Spotify does, by the way. This is what Spotify does. And maybe they will do something like this with the token shop, because people sometimes feel that there is something fishy going on in there. They need to add more sections in the token shop where one is just 3, one is 4, and one is 5. They should do it, but they won't do it. Let's be honest, they won't do it. We know they won't do it. When you deal with computers, there is no true RNG. And that is another thing, of course. In fact, I believe that there is a whole, I don't know, because I'm not a programmer or a engineer, but I believe there is a whole study in programming and in computers where you try to build true randomness. So there is people that study this where they try to build true randomness because there is no true randomness, you know. Where am I? I am here. Are there any plans to add Steam achievements after the PC version is out of early access? Yes, we want to add platform achievements, but no EDA on when. I don't give a fuck about that, so I don't care if they never do that. Who cares about that? Since the last update, you can now adjust cards without having to patch the game. Does this mean you can now also add bundles without needing to patch the game? And they say bundles still require patches for now. We plan to enable them to be added without a patch in the future. I am fine with that. Either way, it is cool. Just wondering if there will be a push out of at least several variants soon, because I see on the website that there are a lot of unreleased variants. Is there an EDA on a big drop of them soon? And they say we release new ones every week and every patch. And yes, we know this, but the problem is that we never know what variants are getting added to the game. We never know. We don't know what variants are in the game because there is not like an encyclopedia where you can see, well, these are all the variants that are in the game, and you don't know what variants are getting added each week to the game. So you need to give more information to us, guys. You need to give us more information. There are people that are collectionists, you know, that they want to get the variants and stuff, but they don't know what the fuck is happening, so that makes it so that they don't want to spend their money, brother. You have to be give us more information about that. At the moment, we can only see who the artists while they are in our collection. Unless a variant category is specific to an artist like Dan Heap, it's not easy to figure out who the artist is. Are there any plans for implementing this? We are working on unifying the info on cards across all aspects of the game. Once that's complete, artist info will be visible in the shop collection and matches. I agree with that, they should do that, because right now you have to go specific to the place to know that. And yes, it is cool that it exists at least in there, but it will be cooler if there is some other place, you know. They announced all this month variants in us talking about bundles. Also, they did announce it. Oh, I didn't check that out, brother. I didn't check that out. But then there is another stuff. Where do they show that? Because in my app, they didn't say anything. And where I follow them, they didn't say anything. But at least it exists, brother. At least it exists. This is a question that has been asked many times. I recall even in beta, people were asking for the possibility to craft cards or sell unwanted variants. I remember the team answer back in beta, but I cannot remember the archive response. Can you elaborate on if this is on your radar to implement? Token Shop accomplishes this for us. Basically, fuck off. We aren't going to give you the ability to trade cards because you have the Token Shop in there. But it isn't the same thing. We know that it isn't the same thing, of course. Give us the crafting system. Fuck off with this Token Shop bullshit. Give us a crafting system, dude. Is there a series downgrade planned for February? Probably announce it later this week, early this week. Again, they announce it, but we don't have the date. But again, it will probably be at the last of the month or at season reset. The Savage Land Infinite card back does not currently have the gold border as previewed. It is going to be added later. Border is based off the card plate. So yes, they apparently went back in on this. When they announced that they were going to give us a card back for Infinite, they said, no, it will have a golden border. But now the card we did got doesn't have a golden border. What it has golden is the claw, and it is similar to this season cardback, that the one with the hourglass. The one you get in the season pass is blue, but the one you get from Infinite is golden. So I believe they wanted to give it more consistency, and they said, well, let's not do a golden border, but let's do a golden cardback in the artwork, you know. I am fine with that, but maybe they should have communicated to players that, because people were expecting a golden border, since that was what they announced, you know. Oh, brother. Hello, are there any plans to change the variant store? Currently, it's frustrating not being able to purchase the variants I want. Some are repeated 3 times a week, others never appear. We're working on improving the variant daily offers. Not much info yet though, stay tuned. So we get a lot of these answers. We are looking into this. We are going to talk about this later. We think that this should be better. We are going to do something about it, but there is never nothing happening, you know. Nothing is happening, brother. What the fuck? Like I already said, everything takes too long. You have to do things faster, brother. After new location, here is the list of all the new variants. Oh, brother, thank you for that. Thank you for that, my dude. Oh, in the announcement of the new season. Oh, okay. They say by name, not by image, but we could look it up in a website like Marvel Snap Song or whatever. If you want gold border, then keep your card at gold border. No, but they say gold border in the card back, brother. In the card back, not on the front of the card, you know. Any news on this? I haven't bought a variant in months because it's too hard to get boosters for specific cards. If we could target cards for boosters, I would drop so much money on cosmetics. Guys, I'm trying to give you money. We have a change coming in the next patch to make boosters targeting easier. I will be interested on seeing how that would work. Hi team, I'm wondering, is the ultimate variant in the shop that costs 5k tokens the same thing as the mythic variant we saw planned in the roadmap for future in concept? Mythic variants will have unique BFX and SFX. Ultimate variants are different and are currently in the token shop. So guys, how much do you think mythic variants will cost? Super rare variants cost 1200 gold. And you have the ultimate variants for 5k tokens in the token shop. So mythic variants will go upwards of 2k gold, right? Or tokens, 7k tokens or more. So in terms of gold, 2k gold or more, or in terms of tokens, 7k or more. So they are adding more expensive stuff into the game. And I am okay with that. That is awesome. Do all of that. Do your crazy shit. That is great. But brother, if you are making your money with all these crazy variants, give us the cards, brother, to play the fucking game, dude. You don't need this Series 5 bullshit. This every new card goes into Series 5. That is killing the game, brother. It is killing it. Nobody cares about new cards. Go and see the posts in Twitter every time a new card drops. What do people say in the comments, in the responses to the tweet? I can't wait to get this card in 7 years. Nobody cares about new cards. Fix that, motherfucker. It is great that you are giving me more variants. Make them expensive. Who gives a fuck? People will pay for them. But let us play the game, dude. Let us play the freaking game. Mythic variants will be 200 bucks. Lol. I'm actually looking forward to booster magnets so I can focus on getting boosted for cards I want to get an invariant for. Exactly. A lot of people want to do that, brother. And I've had many times where I was one booster away from being able to grade a card to the next tier, but every game I play after that, I get boosters for the other cards. And then you have to play like 50 games to get just one booster for the card you need. So yes, we need targeting, brother. We need targeting for sure. I have 1k plus boosters on Wasp and hate it so much. Hello, was wondering if there has been any talks about adding new split effects backgrounds. That is all. Yes, we want to add more and give more agency to build towards the split you want. Oh, the agency can be cool because I normally don't care about splits. But if I can get agency over what splits I get, maybe I can get interested in that. About launch in mainland China. I know it's difficult, but are there any plans or efforts being made to make it happen? Hopefully, China has passionate gamers and we would love to enable them to play Marvel Snap. This is a nothing answer. We don't know what will happen with this. That is the answer. Of course, they would like the game to be launched in China, but they don't have anything to say about that at the moment. Just wondering why Daredevil can see the cards placed behind Dark Dimension and Invisible Woman. Is it something corny because Daredevil can see through disguises, or did you guys make a purposeful effort to keep it on, or never thought about it? Just curious. He can hear their heartbeat. Brother, this is a cool answer for them because it is like a joke, I get it. But the question is stupid, brother. Why the fuck can he see what is happening? Because that is the ability of the card, motherfucker. That is the ability of the card. What are you thinking? That is what the card does. Why would they remove the card's ability specifically for one scenario? That is so complicated to make from a development standpoint just for some stupid reason, and it will create extra confusion about people because there are other people that will say, why didn't I see what cards they are playing if they are playing them? Don't be stupid. This is a stupid question, brother. What are the chances for getting a Series 5 card from a box? I am 2800 collection level, not Series 3 complete, but I opened Galactus from a box yesterday. 0.25%, my brood, like my dude Pururin is saying in there, 0.25%, so it is very lucky. And you got Galactus, brother. That is awesome because it is 0.25% only for a Series 5 card. On top of that, you have to get the card you want. I don't know if you wanted Galactus, but to get specifically Galactus, then you have to multiply 0.25 by the amount of cards that are in Series 5 that I don't remember how many they are. Hello, do you have an estimate like later this month or later this year of when will improve the card acquisition system? I really like the game and wanted some cards, but for me currently it is impossible to acquire them. Thank you since now and congratulations for the game. Finally, someone asked the questions that you wanna see. This is the most important thing in the game. And they say, we have changes in development right now, but will be a month or two before they are live. What did I tell you guys? They take too long. So yes, apparently they know that there is something stupid about the system and card acquisition. but they have said that they are focused on improving the experience for people that are not Series 3 complete, but the system, it is still stupid for people that are Series 3 complete. And the other thing is, again, they take too long, and they don't say to us how they will improve it, because maybe they can get feedback so they don't develop something stupid. They can say to us right now, this is the way we are thinking about improving stuff, but they don't do that. They announce it when it is launched. So if we bitch about the new system, then they will have to take 2 or 3 or 4 months again to be able to fix the bullshit. Do you understand what is happening in here, brother? Don't do things like this. You take too long to implement changes. You don't let the community know what those changes will be, so you get feedback into anticipation, so you don't spend development time on stuff that sucks, and then you will have to take again the whole cycle to fix it again, brother. This is stupid, though. I didn't really want it, but it's free, lol. Exactly. Getting it for free, it's fucking cool. And Galactus will never drop down, so it is a really good Series 5 pull. Exactly. You won't have to ever expect the 6K tokens on him. Getting a Series 5 that will drop is cool, but knowing it will eventually get to Series C can be kind of feel bad moment. Exactly. And you won't have that with Galactus. I guess it's good since he won't drop anytime soon. Exactly. If it doesn't make them money, they don't give a fuck. Like, imagine getting Sentry as a Series 5 pull. Oh, that would suck, brother. That would suck. So they say a month or 2. So if they say a month or 2, we can guess that it will be 2 months. At least 2 months. With you saying that mythic variants will have unique SFX, you got me thinking about the existing variants that could do with that treatment. So my question is there any possibility of existing variants being upgraded to getting mythic versions? I'd love to see the banned variants get this treatment. In particular, morph variants don't feel overly impactful, so I haven't got any, but if Sax Morph came out with a Jazz solo, I throw my wallet away for it. Doubtful that any current variants will get upgraded to mythic. So this answer completely destroyed that dude's dreams. He was dreaming about all this band and the SFX and the songs and the solos, and his dreams got destroyed by this single answer. They won't get upgraded to mythic, and this dude's dreams just crumbled into the ground, brother. In regards to the card of the week and the token shock frequency, we are going to improve ability for the new card that week to show up in your token shop. Oh, this will be awesome, because as I have said several times, I am saving my 6K tokens for Khan the Conqueror, but I don't know if I will get in my shop when he launches, when he releases. I hope I get him quickly in my shop when he releases, but it could take days for him to show up in my shop, and that is the new card. So even if the card releases that day, you might not see the card in your shop, which is fucking stupid, and I want to see the card in my shop so I can buy it. So this is a good change. Please do that. The problem is that people keep asking them for shit, and they keep making promises they don't plan on keeping anytime soon. Exactly. People ask for things that they say, we don't care about that, we don't do that. Let's just say that, oh, that is a cool thing that we might do in the future, and that's it. No EDA. They don't have an EDA on anything. On anything. I see 2 very generous decisions to improve the current system. Either give every player a free Series 5 card at random, or give the fixed amount of tokens every month based on collection level. Both are too generous, and what happened, Lord? Exactly, what happened. Another thing that I have seen people say about the stuff is like, if you get the season pass to 70, 80, give us 500 tokens, give us 1K tokens. That will make people try to climb the game and play the game and grind and get to there so that you get the tokens, and it will make other people just outright pay, because you can pay for levels in the season pass. So that will make them money in a kind of indirect way. So I believe that is a cool compromise, and you could give us monthly with the season pass the 500 or 1K tokens, and you can get them even if you don't buy the season pass, because remember that season caches in the 70s, 80s or whatever, that is free. You don't have to buy the season pass to get those. I actually had Ghost in my shop on release day. Sadly, I don't have 6k tokens. Not that she's worth 6k anyway. Yeah, Ghost seems underwhelming in my opinion. Ghost equals Mbaku. Yes, after the release, apparently she isn't that good. A lot of people thought that she was going to be good, and I thought that she could work. I won't lie, I thought that she could be good. And maybe I was wrong. I didn't think that she was going to be insane, but I thought she was going to be good. Maybe I was wrong, or maybe we just need more time to see what people come up with playing her, you know. But I had my eyes fixated on my boy Kang the Conqueror, you know. How does Ghost work? It's been stated over and over again in the previews of Ghost from content creators. No one understands how she works. Can you please clarify her effect? I believe it is pretty straightforward, but okay. Her effect: if you have priority, you play Ghost before another card in the same turn, the opponent plays a card. Does the second card flip up before or after the opponent's card? Thank you. Ghost has to be in play and revealed before either player plays cards in order to affect priority. Of course, she won't change the order in which any cards are revealed mid-turn. I believe this is pretty obvious. You don't have to be a genius to predict that this is the behavior that the card will have, my brother. Is Thanos due for a VFX SFX addition anytime soon? They have said several times that they are going to do it, and they say it's inevitable. Of course, it will happen. They have said it already. Will Kang stay Series 5? And they say we are still discussing this. We'll share when a decision is made. And I'll be honest, guys, and a lot of you will hate me for this, but I hope Kang the Conqueror stays in Series 5. Why? Because until now, I have only paid 6k tokens for one card, and it was Galactus. And it was before I knew he was going to remain in Series 5. When they announced that he was going to remain in Series 5, I said, oh, it's cool that I didn't have to spend 6k tokens on a card that was gonna be cheaper in the future. So I am fine with that. I spend my tokens the right way. But I am going to buy Kang on as soon as I can. So I want the same to happen to me again, that I don't buy something that will be cheaper on the future. Yes, this is selfish as fuck, but these are my feelings, brother. This is what I feel. So I hope Kang doesn't get demoted, brother, from Series 5. But probably the best thing for the game is that he gets demoted. I don't know. But that is my selfish stuff crawling in there, you know. Don't get me wrong, she's good, but the price tag is too high. Also, have you gotten the Mag Tyrant yet to watch your bid? I haven't gotten the Mag Tyrant, and I won't buy the Mag Tyrant with tokens. I told you guys that, and apparently he's pretty cool right now. A lot of people are playing Thanos, not because of Thanos, but because of the Infinity Stones. The gems are pretty good. But I said I will get Thanos on a reserve, or I won't get him at all. I don't care. That is my, I don't know, my oath, you know. I don't need Kang matches every game. Yes, that is true. Maybe the effect is too crazy, and they wanna get Kang only on Series 5, so not every people are resetting their turns. Because if Kang becomes a meta card and everyone is playing Kang, and both people play Kang on the last turn, it is insane. Maybe that is not the game we want. So maybe they are discussing that because of that reason, not because he's a big bad and whatever and Kang the Conqueror, but because the effect is too crazy, and maybe they want to limit the amount of people that can access that crazy effect. It will definitely stay Series 5 since he is a big bad. That is another reason. Yo, Jimmy, my brother. Manito, no sé inglés, pero saludos. Saludos, brother. Eres bello, bebé. Sorry, I am actually secretly wanting him to be a big bad so that more people waste their 6k tokens. Brother, I am going to waste my 6k tokens on him, brother. You know that. I am going to waste my 6k tokens on him, brother. You know that for sure. Just remain these 3 at Series 5 and move every new card to Series 4 instantly. You know what card? Oh, much love for you too, sorry, for sure, brother. For sure, my dude. You know what card could get them to remain on Series 5 forever? Mephisto. The card that doubles your winning, so you can win 16 cubes. That is one card that maybe will remain Series 5 forever too, because the effect is insane. What do you guys think about that? Then they say in here, will bundles cards be released? Are the bundles going to come back, or are they one and done, or some combination? And they say, in general, philosophy is not to bring them back just like a clothes collection in a retail store chips over time. We have not rerun a variant bundle yet and have no plans to at this time. Again, of course, this is by design. That is what provides the FOMO element. There is no FOMO if stuff is going to come back in the future. So don't wait for stuff to come back, my boys. At least not in a long time. Maybe they do that in 2 years, in 3 years. If the game is dying down and they want people to come back, they do some crazy stuff, but not in the near future, my dog. Not in the near future. And yes, we are all caught up with the developers' answers, bro. This was cool. We needed to talk about some stuff because I was away for a long time, and we are all caught up, brother. We are all caught up, my dude. The Living Tribunal as well, I think, should remain in Series 5. The Living Tribunal is like a big cosmic entity that is only below the one above all, that is like God in the Marvel Universe. So maybe that is one reason for it to remain in Series 5. But do you believe the effect is crazy enough to be a Series 5? Like, we are talking Kang, Galactus, Thanos, and Mephisto have crazy effects, you know? And the Living Tribunal just divides evenly your power between 3 lanes. It is a good effect. It is something different. It is kind of crazy too, but I don't know if it is at the same level of insanity, you know. That card sounds so cool. Yes, it is. At this point, they should create Series 6.